Hi folks, thanks for joining me. This is a full flow and I'm very happy to have you with me. All you need is a mat and the time and your breath. That's pretty much it. If you like some props, you can have some blocks. If you don't have blocks, you can use small cardboard boxes that you've taped sturdily if you don't have any blocks at home. Or you can simply take variations of the poses where you don't need to use those things. Very easy, right? Yeah, let's keep it simple. Let's keep it simple. Let's keep our breath moving and let's just get into the flow, like down and dirty, right? Ready, set, go. We'll start in a child's pose. So knees go nice and wide, sink your hips back and down, and then reach your hands forward. Set yourself up for success here. So really stack your joints, your shoulders over your wrists, your hips over your knees. You can have your toes long. If it feels good, you can always tuck your toes and give your feet a little extra stretch here. Everything in this practice, everything in every practice is optional. If it doesn't work the way that I say it, take it how you need it to be. All right, so on hands and knees, we'll start with some cat-cows. So drop your belly, lift your chin and your tailbone with your inhale, and then cat with your exhale, round your belly. Cow, inhale, and cat, exhale. Keep going like that. You'll notice that I take little movements. I like to wiggle my hips. This beginning part of the practice is the part where you start to notice who you are today and you start to set aside the things that you don't need. So if you find your wrists are giving you a hard time, maybe you want to come up onto your fists instead of having your hands flat on the mat. Or if you want an extra wrist stretch, point your fingers back towards your knees. Take one more cycle right here. Come to a nice long spine. Fingers point forward if you have taken that extra wrist stretch. Push down into your hands. So rather than drop down into your shoulders, push down and engage the belly. Tuck the lower ribs towards each other. Reach your right hand forward and your left heel back. Flex the back foot. Keep those lower ribs tucked in to engage your core muscles. And then lengthen. Look down at your mat like I'm doing so that the back of your neck, that part of your spine, can stay just as long as the rest of it. Deep breath in. Come back to all fours. Switch sides. Reach your left hand forward, right heel back. If you have forgotten about your core muscles, then just bring more attention to it again. It doesn't matter if you lose that attention, you can always come back. That's the beauty of it, right? Come back to all fours. Downward facing dog. So I like to move my hands forward a little bit. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back. First one of the practice. Take your time. Pedal out if you like to pedal it out. If your knees are nice and bent, if your heels are high, that's not a problem. Come up on your tippy toes, bend your knees down to a hover, tilt your tailbone up towards the sky, and then begin to straighten your legs. Do that again. Come up on your toes, bend your knees to a hover, tilt your tailbone up, straighten your legs. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Ragdoll, walk your hands back. Your feet are already about hip distance, so just drape down. Soft, soft knees. This isn't about hamstrings. This is about traction in your spine. So you can drop your hands down, take opposite elbows. I like sometimes to clasp my hands behind my neck and sway maybe. I don't know what it's from, but I think I just found a little Lego gun. I've got 4 kids. Legos happen. If you have opposite elbows, you can drop your hands down like I just have. Interlace your fingers at your lower back. Inhale, lift your chest, lengthen your spine, and then fold forward and down. Rinse your shoulders. You can use a towel between your hands if you can't clasp your hands. If you can't get your palms together, you might choose to bend your elbows. Breath in, big breath out. Bring your hands back to your lower back and then all the way down to the floor. Toe heel your feet together. Rise to extended mountain, reach all the way up. Hands to heart center. You can keep your hands in Anjali Mudra right at heart center like a prayer pose. You can do Hridaya Mudra, which is one hand over the other, something else if you like it. And breathe here for a moment. One more breath. Exhale it out. Extended mountain. Inhale, sweep up. Forward fold with an exhale. Halfway lift to a long flat back. Fold down. Halfway lift. Fold down. Halfway lift, third flat back here. Now walk your hands out to a high push-up, a high plank position. Take all the adjustments you need on the way. Wrists below shoulders, heels reach back, belly pulled in, those lower ribs tucked towards each other, towards the center line. Deep breath in, lower to your belly. Slow and gentle here in the beginning. Cobra, inhale up, come back down. Second cobra, inhale, come back down. Third time's the charm. Inhale into cobra. Down dog. Tuck your toes. Lift your hips. Adjust to what you need to adjust. Bring your feet together behind you. Lift your right heel up. Three-legged dog. Bend the knee. Open up the hip. Maybe some circles. My hip just made a nice little pop. Lift that foot up high. Bring it back down. Second side. Lift your left heel. Three-legged dog, nice and long. Bend the knee, open the hip. There it goes. Take some movement. If you like to be still, be still. Reach that heel up and back. Bring it back down to the mat. Breath in and breath out. Look to your hands, walk, step, or hop forward. Halfway lift to that flat back. Fold down. Extended mountain, reach up. Bow down with your exhale. Halfway lift, chaturanga, high plank to low. Up dog with your inhale, down dog with your exhale. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Look to your hands, walk, step, hop, float, fly, forward, halfway lift. Fold down. Extended mountain reach up. Bow forward, exhale. Halfway. Chaturanga, high to low. You can step, you can float if you like. Up dog with your inhale. Down dog with your exhale. Breath in. Big breath out. One more right here. Let it go. Look to your hands. Move forward, halfway lift, flat back. Fold down. Extended mountain reach up. Fold forward. Halfway. Chaturanga, high to low. Up dog to your down dog. Just stay for one breath. Let it go. Look to your hands, move forward, halfway lift. Fold down. Extended mountain reach up. Chair pose, Utkatasana, sit down. All right, so one thing that people like to do is move forward in their Utkatasana. See if you can shift your weight towards your heels and sink your hips low. Lower ribs still tuck in. Breath in. Sink with your exhale. Inhale. Open twist to the right. Back to center. Open twist left. Back to center. Forward fold. Half lift. Chaturanga, high to low. Just go through it. Up dog to your down dog. Warrior one right, step. Pause in your warrior one. Square forward, sink into the front knee. Reach with the arms or take a variation if you like it. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale. Drop the left hand for a twist. Lift the left heel. Side plank on the left. And chaturanga with your exhale. Up dog to your down dog. Second side, warrior one left. Come up, square. That's how I do it. And then just feel your way into the pose. I mentioned clarity before. We often don't have much clarity when we're evaluating ourselves because we put that layer of judgment on top. So rather than put the layer of judgment, find the clarity without it and see what it has to offer. Deep breath in. Twist, drop the right hand, lift the right heel. Side plank right. Whoop, there I go. And then a chaturanga. You don't have to be perfect in your practice. Find your down dog. That's why it's called a practice, not a perfect. Breath in, breath out. One more inhale. Stay for that exhale. Look to your hands, make your way forward, half lift. Fold down. Extended mountain reach up. Utkatasana chair, sit low. Breath in, open twist right. Back to center, open twist left. Back to center. Fold down, halfway, chaturanga. Flow up, flow down. Warrior one right, step. Just one breath here. Inhale your way up. Twist with your exhale. Side plank with your inhale. Chaturanga with your exhale. Flow up dog to down dog. Second side step. Inhale your way up. Twist with the exhale. Side plank inhale. Chaturanga with your exhale. And flow. Find your down dog. Big breath in. Big breath out. Nice big inhale. Nice big exhale. Look to your hands, move forward, half lift. Fold. Extended mountain. Chair, sit. Breath in. Open twist right. Center. Open twist left. Center. Fold. Half lift. Chaturanga. Up dog. And down dog. Warrior one right, step. Inhale up. Twist, exhale. Side plank, inhale. Chaturanga. Flow through. Skip if you like, add if it feels good. Second side, step. Inhale up. Twist with your exhale. Side plank. Chaturanga. Find that down dog. You know the one. Settle in for a few breaths. Feel what there is to feel. If you need to drop to a child's pose, drop to it. You want to throw in a few extra push-ups? I'm not going to stop you. I'm also not going to join you. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more inhale. Stay for that exhale. Lift the right heel up behind you, three-legged dog. Knee to nose, squeeze. Send it back. Knee to nose, number 2. Send it back. Third time's the charm, knee to nose. Crescent lunge, step. Set it up. Side to side with your feet, so you're railroad tracking your feet. Sink into the front knee. Back heel reaches back. Arms reach high, and I'm going to say it again. Tuck those lower ribs in. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale here. Hands to heart center. Twist to your right. Hook your left elbow if you don't like all the way twisting. You can take a modification, a variation. I love to put my hands on my lower back to see where my hips are in space. Breath in. Breath out. Full inhale here. And a full exhale here. Crescent lunge, sweep up. Inhale. Warrior 2, open up. So Warrior 2, I like to do self-assist. I put one hand on my front knee, one hand on my back hip, and I see if I can open up a little bit more. Inhale here. Exhale here. One more breath. Extended side angle. Top arm comes up and over. You can keep the elbow on the knee, or if you like, you can bring that hand down to the inside of the front leg. You can either come all the way down, or like me, that hand floats just a little bit. You might wrap the top arm. You might work towards wrapping the bottom arm under. This is where I think I like to stay tonight. Breath in, breath out. One more inhale. Stay for the exhale. Warrior 2, come back. Stargazer, straighten that front leg, lift up and back through the right side body. Inhale, triangle, Utthita Trikonasana. Reach forward, 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 and then down. So lots of length in the side torso, not just the top, but the bottom as well. Breath in, breath out. Full inhale here, and a full exhale. Pull yourself up to standing with an inhale. Turn your toes towards the left side of your mat, so you have a nice wide stance. We're going to do a wide leg standing forward bend. Prasarita Padottanasana. In this case, I'll have my hands on my hips. If you like another arm variation, go for it. Inhale, lift your chest up and back. And then fold right at your hip creases. Fold forward and down and forward and down. Pull your belly in, pull your quadriceps up. If you like, take a variation. I think I'll take my toes. And then hang out here a little bit. Play with those quadriceps. See if you've pulled them in all the way. If you haven't, then see if you can just get a little bit more space there. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Bring your hands under your shoulders, halfway lift to a flat back. All right, reset your feet if necessary. Let's put a twist in here. Bring your left hand down, lift your right hand high. If your shoulder doesn't love it, you can bring that hand to your lower back. Breath in. Switch sides, bring the right hand down, lift the left hand high. Or to your lower back. Inhale here. Exhale back down. Bring your hands to your waist. Hover here a moment with a nice long spine, like really reach the tailbone and the crown away from each other here. Pull yourself up to standing. Turn your toes towards the front of your mat. Shorten your stance for a pyramid. Now I'm in the middle of my mat here. There's a reason for that. So if you want to work towards the middle of your mat, by all means. So in your pyramid, inhale, lift your chest up and back, and then fold forward and down into your pyramid. You can keep your hands at your waist. You can reach down towards the mat. You can use it for your shin. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. If you like a twisting triangle, go ahead and twist. Lift your right hand up. If your shoulder doesn't love it, then put the hand on the lower back. Or you can simply stay in pyramid. We'll all meet in the pyramid. Halfway lift, flat back, hands at heart center. I kind of love this one. Now from here, warrior three. So hands stay at heart center. If you see, my back is as flat as I can get it. Warrior three, just shift your weight ever so slightly forward and float the back leg. This is why I was moving towards the middle of my mat, because if I was at the front, I'm a little too far, maybe out of frame. Breath in, breath out. Airplane from heart center. Hands float up and back, palms down, and now your chest opens across the collarbones. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Eagle, Garudasana. So, if you need to touch down, touch down. Otherwise, left leg over. Wrap it if you like it. Left arm under. Wrap it if you like it. Breath in. Breath out. One more inhale here. Stay for your exhale. Tree, if you need to set down, set down. Otherwise, pull that foot up to wherever you need it to be. Ankle, shin, inner thigh, not the knee. Knees don't like to be pressed out to the side. Grow your branches if you like. Breath in. Hands to heart center. From here, half moon. Yeah, I know, it's a bunch on one hand. So rather than be like a rubber band, slow. Go slow. Don't zing out of the pose. It's fine to fall. Find your half moon, whether you use a block, a box, a water bottle, the floor, nothing at all. Breath in, breath out. One more inhale here. Chair, hands at heart center, feet together, sink down low, and then even lower. Twist to the right, hook the left elbow, or simply bring that hand to the outside of the right knee. Inhale here, forward fold, exhale. Separate the feet, hip distance. I'm a towel off right now. Padangustasana, yogi toe lock. So first two fingers around your big toes. Inhale, flat back, and then fold forward and down. Knees can be soft if necessary. If that's what you like, that's what you do. Elbows move towards the sides of the mat. Lengthen the back of the neck. So shoulders move away from the ears here. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Halfway lift with an inhale. Yogi squat malasana, garland pose. Heels on the mat, toes off. Squat down. If you have a block, actually I'm going to grab one from here. It's not a block. This is a cardboard kids building block. Yeah, things can be found that you can use. No worries. I'm going to set that there because I'm going to work on a crow in just a moment. First, I want to find my grounding in my feet. I want to find my grounding in my yogi squat. Once I'm grounded, then I can fly. So you have to find the ground before you can fly. Or maybe you don't, but I do. So I offer it to you that way. All right. If you like, you can take an arm balance. Here's a crow. So for crow, remember, arms are shoulder distance, wrists, that is, shoulder distance. Front fingers point straight ahead. Feet together, knees on the triceps, and then lean up and over. This block is actually a little too high, so I'm going to move it so that it's on the second setting, which might even be too low, but you know, what are you going to do? I'll try it. Breath in, breath out. Make your way into a child's pose. As I set that aside, perfect time for a drink, for a towel, for any housekeeping that you need to do. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Nice big inhale. Nice big exhale. Hands and knees with an inhale. Down dog with an exhale. Take a moment here in your down dog to simply notice it, to find the clarity you need, to find the positioning, the shape in the body. Breath in and let it all the way out. Lift the left heel up behind you, three-legged dog. Knee to nose squeeze. Send it all the way back. Knee to nose. Send it back. Yep, third time's the charm. Squeeze it. Crescent lunge. Place the foot. Railroad track the feet for a bit of balance side to side. So as you come up, make sure you're balanced. Adjust what you need to adjust. Find your hips in space. Square them forward. Find your lower ribs in space. Tuck them in. Reach through the back heel. Sink into the front knee. If at this point your shoulders are just not happy here, take a variation. Second sides are never a surprise, except when you need to do something different. That's where clarity really comes in. If you have clarity about what you need on that second side, it's really helpful. Hands to heart center, twist to the left so you can hook the elbow, or take some other variation. I'm kind of loving this one right now with my hand down. If you look up towards the ceiling, tuck your chin in. Lengthen the back of your neck. Breath in. Breath out. One more inhale. Stay for that exhale. Crescent lunge, sweep up. Warrior two, open up. So back foot seals down. Sink into the front knee, and again, you can put your hands on yourself and see if you've got a little more room between the front knee and the back hip. Open up. Inhale here, extended side angle, up and over. So you have that long line of energy here. That's what you're looking for. If you like, you can wrap. If that's not in your practice, no worries. Breath in, breath out. Warrior two, yep. And from here, stargazer. Big breath. Triangle. Utthita Trikonasana. Utthita means extend it, so extend out and then come down. If the top shoulder's unhappy, make it happy. If you like a variation, take a variation. Maybe reach one or both hands towards the front of your mat, or wrap. If you're looking up, tuck that chin in. Breath in, big breath out. One more inhale. Stay for that exhale. Pull yourself up to standing with an inhale. Turn your toes towards the right side of your mat. I know, hello. This time, heels are in, toes are out. And we'll squat into goddess. So come down, knees over ankles. You can do cactus arms, or you can take a mudra. I love this one with lotus hands. Pinkies and thumbs press against each other, so you almost have a little cup here. Squat down. If you like, come up on your toes. Deep breath in. Twist to the right. Back to center. Twist to the left. Back to center. Twist right. Center. Twist left. Center. One more inhale. Exhale your heels down. Starfish up and open. Oh yeah, that feels good. Hands on your hips. Turn your toes forward. Pyramid. So again, I'm moving towards the center of my mat here rather than the top of my mat to give myself some room for the balances. Inhale, lift your chest. Fold. Forward, down, forward, down, forward, down. Notice that your two sides are probably different. If they are, welcome to the real world, right? Welcome to how everybody is. Have clarity even there that the perfection you seek isn't to be found. The perfection you're looking for in your pose, it isn't in the shape. It's in how the shape and the breath play together. If you like that twist, go ahead and twist. I like that hand on my lower back, so that's what I'm going to do. Breath in. Stay for the exhale. Last inhale. We'll meet in a pyramid if you're not yet there. Halfway lift, hands at heart center. Nice long flat back here. Warrior three. Shift your weight ever so slightly into the standing leg, that front leg. Float the back foot. That top heel reaches back. Airplane. So you have a little bit of a back bend here. This is also called balancing locust, which accounts for the back bend. From here, eagle. Touch down if you need to touch down. Fall if you fall. Wrap the right leg over top the left. The right arm underneath the left. Breath in. Stay for your exhale. Tree. Take whatever form of tree you need on this second side. Push your foot into your leg into your foot, no matter where you are. There I go. And take your arm variation, grow your branches if you like it. Hands to heart center. Half moon. Here it is. Slow, right? That standing foot might be unhappy. You can always give it a moment of rest as you move into your half moon. Ardha Chandrasana. Lift up and out through the top heel. Breath here. Chair, hands at heart center, feet together. Little adjustment in my feet there. Sink low, twist to the left. Hook the elbow or take a variation. Long back of the neck. Breath in, breath out. One more inhale and forward fold with your exhale. Separate your feet hip distance as I towel off. Gorilla, Padahastasana. Slide your hands right under your feet. So far under that your toes are all the way in your wrist creases. If this isn't what you like, you can take a Padangustasana. Ragdoll is also appropriate here. A forward fold is very calming to the nervous system. So after all that activity, we just ground down a little bit. Breath in, breath out. Take your hands out from under your feet, halfway lift. Yogi squat. When I do those forward folds, I like to think of them as sort of like reminding me who I am, like my eyebrows. You know, eyebrows are meant to keep the sweat out of your eyes, but when you're upside down, it doesn't work very well. So it might be a little Panglossian to think that way, but isn't it wonderful that our eyebrows are just where they are so that they can do that? Stay here, take an arm balance of your choice. If you like a crow, well, let's do a baby crow this time. At least I will. So baby crow, if crow's a little less accessible, baby crow is maybe an option you might try. You can come on your forearms and then knees on your triceps and float. You can stay and play if you like, or you can push back and meet in a child's pose, which is where I'm headed right now. A very different child's pose than the one where we started the practice, because your body is not the same. So if you're trying to make the same child's pose, find the clarity that that's no longer accessible. And find the clarity that what is accessible, that's what you soak in. That's what you sink into. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Hands and knees with an inhale. Full plank. Let's just go to a full plank. Heels reach back. Hands reach down. Core is engaged and stable. You're not sinking into your shoulders. You're pushing away with your shoulders. Your spine is long. The crown of your head reaches out as your heels reach back. Stay for 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and then make your way to your belly. Gently, gently, gently. And rest here. If you're on one cheek, switch to the other. Then bring your chin to center. We'll set up for Sphinx. forearms on the mat, elbows right below your shoulders, palms down. So rather than sinking into your shoulders like that, push up and out, open across the collarbones. I like to spread my feet a little bit wider apart, about mat distance, and then press down into the tops of my feet so much that my knees lift. So there's lots of activity from my toes all the way out through the crown of my head here. You can stay here, you can move to seal, straighten your elbows. If that's too much for your lower back, then go ahead and sink back down into Sphinx. Deep breath in, come all the way down. Arms by your sides, palms down on the mat. You can bring your feet a little closer if you had them spread apart. Locust, press your hands, your feet down, engage your muscles, and then float up. So you're looking forward and down to lengthen your spine and your neck. So rather than kink your neck, you want lots of length. Deep breath in. Come all the way down. Low push-up arms. So thumbs are right by your lower ribs. Elbows come in so that they're shoulder distance. Press the tops of your feet down, engage your leg muscles, and then float your chest, float your feet. If you like, float your hands. Sometimes I like little spider fingers to just get myself a little bit more extension, and then I lift. And then I try again, a little more extension, and then I lift. And then come all the way down. Rest for a moment. If you like a bow, this is your place for a bow. Bend your knees, clasp your feet, and then lift up. Everything goes up in bow. Feet go up, crown goes up. Your feet and your hands pressed against each other. Breath in, and come all the way down, and rest. Bend your knees. You can windshield wiper your feet if you like it. Bring your feet to stillness. Push up to all fours. Stack your joints here. Just like in the beginning, cat-cow. Drop your belly, lift your chin and tailbone as you inhale. Cow with your exhale. Feel free to really exaggerate this. Because you have a heart opener here in cow. You have its counter pose here in cat. Last cycle. Cat. Come to a nice long spine. And then make your way to your back. Spin your feet around if you like it. I'm bringing this cardboard block along with me because I think I might want a supported bridge soon. This is a great time for housekeeping too. So again, drink, towel, whatever you need. Set your feet about hip distance and then scoot your seat down to your heels and then come all the way down onto your back. I'm going to start with a half bridge. Push into your feet evenly. So big toe mounds, baby toe mounds, center of your heels. And lift your hips so that you have a nice long line from your knees down to your shoulder blades. So you're not arching up here to make a bridge. This is half bridge. I love this because it gets me the opportunity to ground through my feet, the clarity of where I am in my body right now. So rather than simply lifting up and out into a full bridge, I'm like, okay, now I can figure out what I need and where I need it. So if you're rolling out onto the outer edges of your feet, bring your feet down and center them. Ground them down. Find that stability and then come all the way down. Take a breath. Let it out. You can repeat the half bridge. You can move to a full bridge. If you like the full bridge, you can wiggle your shoulder blades together underneath you. Don't forget the grounding of your feet. Don't forget the stability in your knees so your knees don't roll open. In this, your heart is the thing that's lifting up and out. So use the grounding in your shoulders, use the grounding in your feet to lift your heart up and out. Deep breath in. Make your way back down. Take a breath. Let it go. Last one. So your choice. I'm going to use my block for a supported bridge. You can do a half bridge, full bridge, wheel if it's in your practice. You can rest. A supported bridge is with some support under your sacrum. You can keep your legs as they are. You can extend your feet forward if you like it. I like to lift my arms up over my head too. Feels so nice. So you see the same heart opening, the same sort of bridge here that you would see without the support. Bring my feet in. Deep breath in. Make your way all the way down onto your back. Supta Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet together, knees fall open. You can place one hand on your belly, the other one on your heart, or if you need a little bit more grounding, your arms can be right beside you on the mat, on the earth. Connect. Lengthen here. Tailbone and crown move away from each other. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Bring your knees together. You can support your knees with your hands if you like. Hug your knees into your chest. You can rock a little weight side to side. You can take a happy baby if you like it. Ananda Balasana. Joyous child. That's how I believe that is translated. Ever. How many times do I say that? I don't know. However many times I say that, it's not enough. It really is the best pose name ever. And you can straighten your legs here if you like. Rock if that feels good. Bring your knees into your chest. And we'll set up for a shoulder stand right here. Since we're already on our chest, back. We're going to set up for that shoulder stand. See where I am in space, right? So for a shoulder stand, the same way that you tuck your shoulder blades under you in bridge, you can do that in shoulder stand. So tuck your shoulders under, lift your feet up. It's a little harder for me to talk in this one, so, we'll see how it goes. Lift up and out through your feet. Only look straight up at your own feet. So don't try to turn your head in this pose. If you can't get all the way up, no problem. Simply support your back with your hands. Breath in, breath out. One more inhale. You can drop to plow if you like. Drop your feet to the head side of your body. I like to clasp my hands along the mat. If you like it, if it's possible, deaf man's pose, bend your knees, one on either side of your head. Squeeze. Start to roll out. Gently, gently. Just where you are on the mat if you need to. And the appropriate counter pose for shoulder stand is fish. Matsyasana. Press your elbows down, your forearms down, lift your chest. If your neck is okay, allow your head to drop back. If you like, you can float the feet. Everything that gets compressed in shoulder stand is opened in fish. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Last inhale. Exhale your way back down. Squeeze your knees in. And rock up to a seat. Make your way to down dog. We'll do a half pigeon. make your way to your down dog, which is probably going to feel totally different now. And move to your half pigeon. Here's how I like to do it lately, is I do a lizard first. I step my foot to the outside of my hands, and I can drop that back knee and sort of just spend a moment here in lizard. Find how my hip feels, find how my knee is responding, and then I can walk that foot over to the side and move into the pose. So you can stay up here on your elbows, you can sink down. A lot of teachers will tell you to let everything go, including your belly, but here I find that stability in the belly gives you a little bit more, it actually gives you more mobility in the end. So you find the balance between the stability with a little engagement in the core muscles and the mobility in the hip. You can press into the top of the back foot and see if that gives you a little more room to wiggle down. And then you stay. That's the thing with these hip openers. You stay. And talk about clarity, right? Clarity here is that there is a lot of sensation, usually in these hip opening poses. Pose back to your down dog, or if child's pose feels like it's right to you here, go ahead, take a child's pose. If you think, I never do child's pose, I always do down dog, it's worth trying every once in a while something different just to see what happens. When you have what you need, not before, move to the second side. Again, I like to step into lizard first, drop the back knee, find a little opening in that hip, explore this knee a little bit, see what it has to tell me, and then from there I start to walk that foot over to the opposite side of the mat and find the pose. If you find that this side feels very different than the first side, congratulations, you are absolutely human. If you decide that one is a good side and one is a bad side, congratulations, you're fully human again. However, I offer that when you label it as good or bad, you immediately have a reaction to it. You either embrace it or you push it away. Rather than labeling it as good or bad, just notice it and let the noticing be the important part. You see how I just put a little bit more effort into my back foot to find a little more space in this front hip. Again, still with some engagement in the belly, engagement in the core muscles. If you like, if you need a little support, you can always put some support under that hip so that you're not rolling out. Your hips are relatively even and parallel to the floor. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And begin to make your way up out of the pose. Again, child's pose is appropriate. Down dog is appropriate. Take what you need. No more, no less. In space, in time. Deep breath. Exhale. Make your way to a seat. So walk your feet forward, sit down, legs in front of you. Seated forward bend. I take that little extra flesh out from under my sit bones to ground my sit bones straight down into the earth. Send your heels away and pull your toes back. So if you see my legs here, look at the distance between my heel and my hip. See what happens when I send that heel away. I literally get more length in the back of my leg. Then inhale, reach up, and then fold. Catch what you catch. I'm not, going super far down just because it doesn't feel right to me today. I'll use a towel around my feet. The idea here is to lengthen your spine as you inhale and then deepen with your exhale. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Come back up to seated. Roll onto your back. Lie all the way down on your back. Hug both knees into your chest. You can drop both knees over to one side if you like, or take a twist in some other fashion. Both shoulders stay right there on the floor, right there in the earth. Bring your knees back through center. Drop to the second side. You can always take a different variation on the second side if that's what works for you. Come back to center. Hug your knees into your chest, bring your forehead up to meet your knees. Deep breath in right here. And Shavasana with your exhale. Feel free to adjust yourself however you need to be adjusted. Your legs might be long on the mat. Sometimes I like to bend my knees and put my knees together and my feet apart. Sometimes that just feels better on my back. You might choose to roll onto one side. Whatever you choose, now's the time to rest. Now's the time to let go of all of the shapes. Now's the time to melt down into the mat, just a little bit at a time, with every breath. Your breath normalizes as you soften and you rest. Feel free right here, if you'd like, to pause the video and rest just as long as you need. I encourage at least 5 minutes of rest, preferably more. When you're ready, you can start the video and come back with us. There's no rush. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it all the way out. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, roll out your wrists, roll out your ankles. Bend your knees, place the soles of your feet on the mat, and gently roll to your side. And pause for a moment here. Pause to rest, pause to transition. As soon as you're ready, make your way up to a seated position. With your hands at heart center. Take a deep breath in together and exhale it all the way out. Thank you so much for joining me here with this practice, and I hope to see you again soon. I will leave with the Sanskrit phrase, Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be safe, be happy, and be free.